So we understand some people will still be filtering in, and parking on a university campus is never easy and oftentimes very confusing. So we'll get started here. I'd like to thank you all for coming and attending our Colorado River Symposium. We have a very good program set out. Cathay Reynolds, who is our Vice President for Engagement and Extension, was going to give some introductory remarks. However, she's a little under the weather, isn't able to make it. And so we are going to have Julie Stevenson give you a welcome from OEE and give some opening remarks. Thank you, Julie.
All right, good morning. Can I actually have the lights up a little bit? And these, so you all can see me, but I can't see these at all, which is a lot of fun. So good morning, and thank you for being here on behalf of all of us here on the Fort Collins campus, and on behalf of the Office of Engagement and Extension. Thank you for joining the Colorado Center in this important conversation on the Colorado River. So through our engaged institutes like the Colorado Water Center and the Salazar Center for North American Conservation, as well as CSU Extension, we serve as your bridge to CSU. And in communities across Colorado, we learn and work together on many of these critical issues that we are facing. And I think one thing that we consistently hear when we are out across the state, and I know you all are living it every moment, is the importance of water in this conversation. And not just here in Colorado, but across the West and across really our nation. So our role here today and here at CSU is that of convener. So we are bringing this you all together to really bring the research and scholarship that CSU has to this conversation and really hear what matters most to you and how that informs our continued work together ahead. So let me say thank you to John Tracy, the director of the Colorado Center, who we welcome this summer to CSU, and I guess back to CSU as the director, so John, welcome. Thank you to Jennifer Gimbel, who's hiding in the back table, who is a senior water policy scholar here at CSU, who also served as our interim director at the Colorado Water Center prior to John, and for convening today's conversation. So Jennifer, I think many of you in the room also probably know this already, but we will do a shout out for her. She is the 2022 Aspinall Water Leader of the Year Award honoree. And it's something that we already knew here. Yeah, thank you. It's something we already knew here at CSU and for the time that Jennifer and I have had to work together. But she has a long demonstrated courage, dedication, knowledge, and just leadership in the development, protection, and preservation of Colorado water. And she's worked, of course, both here at Colorado and across the nation. And we are so pleased that she is here with us. So thank you to our keynote speakers. I know I saw David Robbins here, and I'm not sure if Jim, here he is. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you to all of our supporters, Northern Water, the Colorado River District, and the Southwestern Water Conservation District, not only for what you're doing here in the state, but for supporting this conversation today. So my ask of you today, and Cathay's ask of all of you, is to engage in the tough conversations and to really dive deep into the research and the science that's going to be brought to the discussion today, and that we recognize only in our work together, so here from CSU, Colorado Water Center, and our work across the state, are we going to find ways together to manage the challenge and needs ahead. So thank you all for joining us, and have a wonderful day today.
Thank you, Julie. I'd like to again thank our sponsors of the event, Northern Water, Colorado River District, and Southwest Conservation District. And I'd also like to thank the Planning Committee, led by Jennifer Gimbel, but Mike Childers, Stephen Fastenich, Patty Reddig, and Brad Udall. Thank you all for working to help bring this conference together. I'd also like to recognize, I'm hoping she's here because she's supposed to be here, is Mayor Joni Arndt. Is she here yet? No, not here yet. Well, she will be attending today. At least she registered for the event. And with that, Before we get on with the keynote and panel discussions, we are going to show a short video on CSU's land acknowledgement. This recognizes the long history of Native peoples and nations that lived and stewarded the land where the university now resides. With that, the land acknowledgement video.
Colorado State University acknowledges with respect that the land we are on today is the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute nations and peoples.
This was also a site of trade, gathering, and healing for numerous other Native nations.
We recognize the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land and all the relatives within it.
As these words of acknowledgement are spoken and heard, the ties nations have to their traditional homelands are renewed and reaffirmed.
CSU is a land-grant institution, and we accept that our mission must encompass access to education and inclusion.
And significantly, that our founding came at a dire cost to Native nations and peoples whose land this university was built upon.
This acknowledgement is the education and inclusion we must practice in recognizing our institutional history, responsibility, and commitment.
Okay, thank you. And now we are going to start the program. The program is we're going to have a keynote by David Robbins, who I'll just introduce in a second, but I'm sure you all know him. And it's going to be followed by sort of an educational lesson on the Colorado Compact Law and Challenges by Jennifer Gimbel. This is going to be followed by 3 panels that are going to talk about the past, the present, and the future of the Colorado River. In particular, in Colorado's role in managing the Colorado River. The past is, the panel on the past is going to be moderated by Mike Childers, a faculty member at Colorado State University. The present is going to be moderated by Jennifer Gimbel, and the future is going to be moderated by Stephen Fastenich, who's also a professor at CSU.